Hello and welcome. This is We Talk Football, the place for just football. Today I wanted to talk about Arsenal. A lot of people that know me know that I love Arsenal. It's my club. I support it. I mean, it takes me through a lot of downs, great ups and highs, and I can't let go. I think for a lot of fans, it's really difficult to just let go of your club. So that's me with Arsenal. But today I want to talk about Arsenal, especially about the game that I watched yesterday between Arsenal and Southampton at the Emirates. I want to talk about some of the things that I saw, the things that impressed me, and overall the whole game. Was I happy about the game? What did not make me happy? And where I see us going moving forward. So, yeah, that's going to be for us today. But also remember to follow us everywhere. We're on YouTube and on Instagram at We Talk Football 24, and we're also on Facebook at We Talk Football. Please follow, like, comment, share on our content. I try to post as much as I can. I try to post every weekend a new video, and also check out our previous videos as well. I've posted videos about the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs last week. I've posted videos about the Champions League and the new format and a preview of that. I've done videos on the Champions League final between Real Madrid and Dortmund, the Euros. So please go on and check out our previous content. Like that, share, be with us, be a part of the family, grow with us, and it massively it helps us out a lot. So yeah, but anyway, let's get into it. Arsenal versus Southampton. Arsenal versus Southampton at the Emirates. It was a great game, especially in the second half. Of course, that's when things kind of lit up. Southampton scored in the 55th minute. Arsenal equalised in the 58th. We took the lead. Arsenal took the lead on the 68th minute and essentially wrapped up the game in the 88th minute. Now, I think it was a great game. It was great for Arsenal to come back and win and score 3 goals after going down. But let's start with the first half. Let's start with the lineups actually. Let's look at the lineups. We saw a lot of changes from the game against PSG midweek in the Champions League. We don't have Ben White. We don't have Jurriën Timber, both injured. So basically, we had to slot Thomas Partey at right back. Whenever I see things like that, I get very, very uncomfortable because I know Thomas Partey does not want to play at right back, even against small teams like Southampton. And all respects to Southampton, of course they're a big institution of football in England, but even for Thomas Partey to play right back against Southampton, I'm not particularly fond of that. I don't like it at all. So, but I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying it's the manager's responsibility to get it right or to play Thomas Partey in a different position. I feel like it just the game called for a change, a little bit of a tweak like that, where you find yourself playing Thomas Partey at right back, and also at the beginning of the game, one of the biggest problems I have is playing Kai Havertz in midfield, and Arsenal seem to keep doing that. You have Declan Rice, you have Jorginho, and you've just gotten Mikel Merino back. You also have the option of playing Ethan Nwaneri in midfield. I, I really don't see the need. I don't see why Kai Havertz should still be slotted in midfield, even against small opposition. All due respects to Southampton, even against teams like Southampton, please, we can't be playing Kai Havertz in midfield. He's just not. He's not built for that. And I think in the first half we saw some of that because he didn't look as, he didn't look as impressive as he does when he plays as a number nine up front for Arsenal. I think his qualities, come through. His height, he's a little more physical than when I first saw him at Chelsea. He's a little stronger in the air, and he's got a better finish to him. His final product is better when he plays up front, when he scores goals, than his final product when he plays in midfield, trying to connect the passes, trying to connect the midfield to the attack. So I think it's an experiment that's been done a little too much now. I think there's so many games, so much evidence for Kai Havertz not to play in midfield and to rather play him as a striker. And I think, so some of those changes for Arsenal kind of made us play a bit slower. I think our attack moved the ball really, really slow. And that was very, very great. Like, that was great for Southampton because that's what they want from Arsenal. They want a slower Arsenal that doesn't put too much pressure on their defense. They want to take it easy. They want to see Arsenal play in front of them. They don't mind, sitting back and playing the entire game like that. If the game had to end in the first half at 0-0, they would have been happy with that. But, so that's not what we want. We saw a lot of changes as well. Raheem Sterling starting his first game for Arsenal. I think he looked good as a winger. He caused a little bit of trouble with his pace. We saw Gabi Jesus get his first start in the Premier League for Arsenal this season. It's a little worrying to see Gabriel Jesus right now. He doesn't look very, very confident. His decision making with the ball is quite low. He looks like a player that's lost a lot of motivation to play the game. And I'm not saying he doesn't want to play the game, but I just feel like it's come to a point where I was actually listening to an Arsenal fan, and he was saying that Arsenal have come to a point where, just like how Manchester City outgrew, they became, a bigger club, a better club for players like Gabi Jesus and Zinchenko. I feel like Arsenal are, getting to that point, or we are at that point where I feel like, having Gabi Jesus as a starter isn't what Arsenal should be going for right now. It's a little bit worrying seeing him play, his form. The fans are not very happy about him right now. A lot of I've seen posts saying that he should be, going to Saudi. Arsenal should cash in. And that's huge. Arsenal just let go this season. We've just let go of Reece Nelson. We've just let go of Edin Ketia. It's a little bit scary to say that Arsenal should let go of Gabi Jesus, another attacker, another number 9. I think he might still be good enough for the bench, but he's definitely not what Arsenal should be looking for as a starting number 9. And as impressive as Kai Havertz has been, right, even I don't think he's supposed to be our number 9 to win titles. But, just talking about Gabi Jesus, he did not look good at all. He was subbed off, very early on in the second half. I don't think his confidence is where it should be for us to challenge. And that was the first half. I think that's what I saw in the first half. A slow Arsenal, lots of changes. It looked a little, not clunky, but it seemed unsure. It seemed like we wanted to do things, but we didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to get there, how to get, chances, how to get goals. And ultimately, that's why we ended up, ending the first half without scoring a goal, without really troubling Southampton that much. And then in the second half, everything kind of blew up because Arsenal conceded again. which I really, really don't like. Last week we conceded 2 goals against Leicester, a team that's just got promoted. And again, this week against Southampton, another promoted side, we conceded. So 3 goals against promoted sides is not really great at home as well. So you don't want to see things like that. Mm. It was a great goal by Archer, by the Southampton winger. Um, got the ball, made a decision very early to cut inside on the edge of the box. And a beautiful finish, great strike, scored. But the response from Arsenal was immense because as soon as that happened, we got on the attack. Their lead just lasted, just under 3 minutes. Kai Havertz went on to the other end and scored a beautiful, beautiful goal. Great control with his left and cutting into his left, and a truly powerful strike to curl it around the goalkeeper. And I've been really impressed with Kai Havertz. That's 7 goals at home in 7 games, and he's had 20. He's had 20 goal involvements for Arsenal in 20 Premier League games. And I remember I saw a stat about Kai Havertz and his time at Chelsea. I think in his time at Chelsea he had about 60. No, sorry. I think he had over 100 games. I can't remember the exact number of games, but the amount of goals and assists he had in over 100 games for Chelsea were like 26 or something like that. Very, very low. But at Arsenal, he's already reached that mark in under 100 games, and actually under 70 games for Arsenal. So that's really, really great. I've been very impressed with how he plays up front. He seems braver. He seems more confident playing up front for Arsenal than what he did at Chelsea. And also, at the beginning of his time at Arsenal, he didn't look very, very good. And I remember he scored his first goal, a penalty. And the team felt like they needed to give him the penalty to kind of give him a confidence to get him going. Now, some people call it a charity penalty, but whatever you want to call it, that got him going at Arsenal. And ever since, he's been an impressive number 9, a really great number 9 for us. And as I said, he's got 20 goal involvements, 20 goals and assists for Arsenal in 20 games. He's got 7 in 7 at home. So it feels like whenever we play at home, he's going to be on the score sheet. And he's able to score different types of goals as well. He's able to score tap-ins, poachers goals around the box. So that tells me his movement. He's always sniffing for a goal. Headers. He's braver in the air. He's stronger in the air. Like we saw against PSG, he scored that headed goal with the goalkeeper bearing down on him. And, Gianluigi Donnarumma is quite a big goalkeeper. He's quite, he's quite big. He makes you, as a striker, if you're thinking of going for the ball, you think twice. But that kind of bravery from Kai Havertz is something that I didn't see in his time at Chelsea. But now he's changed that at Arsenal, and he's going for goals like that. Yesterday, he saw very silky, great skill from him to score the goal, to control it with his left foot, come around, bend it around the goalkeeper with lots of pace and power. And that brought us back into the game, right? And so I felt like that was something that we needed. I think he's a great number 9, but I think we still need something better. Currently, Arsenal have 15 goals in the Premier League. That's second to Manchester City with 17 goals, right? And you might be thinking, as an Arsenal fan, why would we want another number 9? Why would we want someone else to score goals? And like I said last season, we finished second in goals scored, behind Man City again. But my thing was, Arsenal can score goals in any game and can score enough goals to win any game. But we need a striker that's going to score crucial goals in crucial moments. We don't just need a striker that's going to score lots of goals, but we need someone who's going to score goals in important times. right? Like when we're trailing at Craven Cottage 2-1 against Fulham, like last season, and we lost 2-1. We need someone to come in and score an equalizer, score a winner for us. When we were down to Aston Villa, and the score was 1-0, we want someone to come in and bang in a goal where Aston Villa are taking a lot of the pressure. They're sitting back and they're looking for a thread moving forward, and they eventually scored a second goal, right? We want someone who's going to come in and be clutch. I know Trossard is quite clutch, but he doesn't score enough goals for us to say we don't need a striker. So that's what I'm talking about. Even with the amount of goals that Arsenal are scoring, we still need someone to score goals in crucial moments of the season for Arsenal. Not just goals for volume's sake, not just goals for quantity, right? We need a striker that's going to score goals in important times, like Alex Isak, Victor Gyökeres, Benjamin Sesko, maybe even a Victor Osimhen. So we need to be going out for a number 9 like that. I am hoping we could get that. But the season has already started. Maybe in January something could happen. Who knows? I was also certainly talking about Raheem Sterling. I was impressed by Raheem Sterling. I've been wanting him to see. I've been wanting him to start and play a little bit more, especially because of the uncertainty and the kind of form that Gabriel Martinelli has been in. But talking about Martinelli, he came in, changed the game again for us. He came in with lots of pace and lots of energy, scored the goal. Ultimately, the goal that, won us the game. I know Bukayo Saka scored late, but that was to just, give us breathing space and, say it. Game over. And I think he played well. Great assist from Bukayo Saka, cutting in from the left and crossing it for Martinelli. If there's an angle of Martinelli and the ground that he had to cover. So from the time that Bukayo Saka crossed the ball into the back post to when Martinelli got there and finished, he is fast, man. Gabriel Martinelli is one of the fastest players in the Premier League, and I think he showed that yesterday with the amount of ground that he covered. I think of the fastest times in the Premier League, I think he's in the top 5. I think at some point he clocked in at 55 kilometers per hour, his top speed. And it was, of course, behind, Mickey van der Ven, who's insane. He's a freak of nature, that defender. But Martinelli is really fast as well. And I think for him to cover that amount of ground and still have the finish in him to score past a former teammate, Aaron Ramsdale, was really great for Arsenal. And I think it's great for Martinelli as well because he started to score goals again. He scored last week against Leicester and he scored again this week. So that's 2-2 in the Premier League for Gabriel Martinelli, which makes me very, very happy. He's a key player and he's come in this season under a lot of pressure. People are looking at him as well. He's one of the players at Arsenal that are being watched, that are under pressure, just like Gabriel Jesus, just like Alexander Zinchenko, coming in under pressure because of their recent performances. So hopefully that gets him going. Those 2 goals in 2 games gets him going. And I think overall in the second half it was a great performance. Another star game from Bukayo Saka. He's now got 7 assists in the Premier League. He's the leading assist maker. He's also created the most big chances. He's also created the most chances in the opposition box. So he's taken on the mantle to be more creative this season. But he's also scored a goal yesterday. So that's really great to see. And I think it's important. It's absolutely important for Arsenal and for Bukayo Saka to be, as creative as he has been to create goals for teammates, because we don't have Martin Odegaard. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we played like that in the first half, because we don't have our captain. We don't have our creative, genius to, thread the needle, to create passes, to create chances for our teammates. Martin Odegaard is such a huge difference for Arsenal. And I've seen, our offense seems a little slower, but because Bukayo Saka is there and he's creating a lot of goals for his teammates, that's massively, massively helped Arsenal out. He's taken on the responsibility. He's one of the leaders. We've always known he's one of the best players at Arsenal, maybe the best player at Arsenal. But now he's taken his game to a different level. He's added in something new. I mean, he's always been able to create goals, but now he's creating goals at the highest level in the Premier League and proving that by being the number one goal creator this season with 7 goals. So that was really great to see. He also scored a beautiful goal in the 80th minute, slotting it in against Aaron Ramsdale with his right foot. Something that I think we've seen a lot of goals by Bukayo Saka with his right foot, but it's always really great to see him finish like that. And so I think that's a great win for Arsenal just before the international break. A great way to, to have a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather. Last time we had an international break, Martin Odegaard injured his ankle. Please, I am praying, I am hoping that no one else gets injured. I hope, the Arsenal players, they don't, overdo it. They don't injure themselves. I'm hoping they all return safely. And also that gives us a little more time to get players back, like Martin Odegaard. We saw Mikel Merino return, and he's back. He looks good. I'm happy to see him play for Arsenal. And hopefully, no one else gets injured, especially key players like Saliba and Gabriel and Calafiori. Calafiori has been excellent since the Manchester City game where he started. He's been excellent. He's been, solid. So, hopefully we see our players return back safely, injury-free, and we move on. So, let me know what you think. Also, look out for content that's coming up. I've been creating top 5 lists the past few weeks. 2 weeks ago, I created a top 5 defenders list. It was the first one was a centre backs list. Last week was a midfielders list. Tomorrow will be the top 5 strikers in the world. Look out for that one. Very interesting. I'm excited to put that one out. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the Arsenal performance. Or maybe you want to see a review of your team, maybe a review of Man United. Today I'm going to be watching the Man United versus Aston Villa game. I'll also be watching the Chelsea Nottingham Forest games. That's going to be interesting, very, very fun. I'm excited for that one. So please make sure to follow us. Remember to like our content, comment, and share. That massively helps us out. Please take care and enjoy the football. Awareness